What's going on, Chemical Guys family? Thanks so much for tuning in for today's episode of Detail Garage. A lot of guys have been asking us what's the best way to clean interior stains, so today we have the floor mats out of this Lexus, and as you can see we've already done a little bit of a test spot here. And just by using one product, which is lightning fast, we removed old stains and grease from the carpet, and now we're going to show you on this side the same process using lightning fast and a brush. Now to begin, we've already vacuumed the carpet so there's not loose dirt in there or pet hair or any other kind of debris that would be grinding into the fibers. And now we're going to take a nifty brush, which is just a gentle bristle that helps to remove any of the stubborn staining or grease, because the carpets are subjected to all kinds of dirt and things that come off of your shoe and the ground. And if you didn't know, the ground is very dirty and gross, which is also why I'm wearing gloves. And we're also going to be using lightning fast, which I mentioned is a stain extractor, which removes any kind of stubborn grease or any kind of deep stains, while also removing kind of lingering odors. And I'll start by spraying the brush, and then a little bit into the fibers of the carpet. And you can give this a moment to dwell or to saturate, and this will help penetrate the surface and also lift up any of those stubborn stains. And I will just agitate it by working back and forth, giving a light amount of pressure. And then as you scrub, it's going to pull off any of the dirt or, again, any of those years of stubborn staining. You can also use a cross-hatching pattern to ensure that it penetrates deep into the fibers and lifts up all that nastiness. But this is a lot easier than having to rent or buy or use an extractor. It's one product that does it all. It's removing all those nasty stains. Take a clean microfiber towel, which is our yellow one, which we've designated for interior jobs. Just wipe it away. You can also use the blot or the pat method. Just want to ensure that it's nice and dry before you move on. We can see it's revived that nice tan and the brighter finish, as opposed to the very dark and dull look of the other side. All that dirt came off on the towel here. You can just see that nasty before and after, which is also why we used yellow towels to show you guys what's coming off of the surface that you're cleaning. Just want to make sure that's thoroughly dry before you add any kind of protectants or you place it back into the vehicle. But since the carpet is clean now, what you want to do is put something like fabric guard on the surface. And what this does is it helps to repel any kind of water spots or any kind of spills, while also rejuvenating the fibers, which helps to last as long as possible. And by lasting as long as possible, I mean that it's not going to deteriorate or start discoloring over time. Simply spray it on the surface, give it a moment to saturate, and also dry on the surface. There's no need to wipe off any excess, and you can apply multiple coats if necessary to add more protection. So now also, as you're cleaning, you're also going to notice that the brush is going to get very dirty. So what you want to do is also clean that. I did it a little bit earlier here, but this is going to pull off the dirt from the carpet, and now it gets trapped in the bristles, but you don't want to bring that back onto the carpet because that's going to be just basically contaminating it again. So you can either spray an all-purpose cleaner in there or use the lightning fast and then use a clean towel and just basically work out all of the dirt that's in there. This is also a good idea before and after the job, just so that it's always ready to go. Because sometimes you may have used this brush on really dirty carpets or may have forgotten that you used it on wheels or something like that, and then you could be cross-contaminating different areas of the vehicle. Here's a little bit of a bonus detailing tip. If you have an aggressive brush or you have a dirty brush that you want to keep off of the carpet or the surface that you're working on, wrap a clean towel around it, and then you can use this as your scrubbing agent. And this will also show you how much filth you're actually pulling off of the surface that you're cleaning, while also keeping the brush clean. And it also helps give you just a little bit more oomph behind your scrubbing. This will really penetrate that deep stubborn stains that you get in a lot of carpets or in the upholstery like your seats. In the same process, we're going to scrub away into that lingering mess. See just that whatever was on the surface still remaining. And it keeps your brush nice and clean so it's ready to go for the next time. So the same process, we're going to wipe away any of the excess, any of the spent product, and also help to dry the surface. You can also let it sit out in the sun so that the nice UV rays warm up the surface and help to open up the fibers, and then help it dry, and this way you can put it back in the car nice and ready to go. So guys, I know this is a pretty short video, but this is some pro tips on how to keep your interior looking its best for as long as possible. So if you like today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, drop your comments down below for future videos. Don't forget to check out these products on our website, chemicalguys.com, or your local detail garage, and we'll see you next time.